What's up everybody, it's your boy Chevy here back again with another video. In today's video we're actually going to be replacing the valve cover gasket. I'm doing a couple engine codes, P0174 and 171 I believe it is. Those codes are when the car runs lean. I've already replaced the fuel pump, and then I haven't checked if these vacuum lines leaking or anything like that are broken, but again we're here today to see if that'll solve the codes. And yeah, I think the valve cover gasket is definitely due for a change essentially. Don't mind the bunk wiring job for the halos, but yeah, definitely I think it's due for a change because they actually look pretty close. Or actually not even close, but you can see there's a ton of like oil everywhere down there essentially. It's oil like all over. So definitely it's going to be good today to go ahead and get in there and clean it out and let's replace the valve cover gasket. So I'm not going to show you guys all the steps entirely on how to do everything because there are some people already done that videos and stuff like that, so I can link someone down below, but show you guys some main steps. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and remove this now so I can go ahead and get access to remove these two top pieces. Alright guys, so now that we do have the cabin filter housing removed, we're actually going to go ahead and remove, there's 4 10mm bolts, there's one there, 2 in the back, of course, and again if you do the cover, use the flathead to remove, to get it out essentially. But we'll go ahead and remove that. Alright guys, so now that you have the screws removed, you're going to go ahead and pull off the covers again. So it will come right up. This one you're going to have to remove the cap for the oil. And then look as well. And then next you're going to want to go ahead and disconnect and remove all the ignition coils. I already started the process, but what you're going to do is essentially they're all basically like tabbed for my ear at least. So yeah, again, to remove it, you just pull a pop tab up and then push it, comes out, pull it, and then you stick your finger essentially right in there and you can just pull it right out and it comes out. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all those and we'll go on to the next step. Alright guys, so once you do have the ignition coils out, you want to go ahead and remove the wiring itself, the wiring harness itself. As well, there are grounds. There's a ground there. Those in the back, and then at the far back there's a ground. You're going to remove those 3 bolts, and there are tabs under here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there are tabs on. Hold on. There are tabs along there. If you want to go ahead and pull those up and get it out, but be careful, they're pretty brittle. But if you actually look in here, actually a bit of oil actually there, like, so yeah, it's not a good sign, but at least we're doing the valve cover now. So I was looking online because I'm actually following an instructional, but it doesn't really say anywhere online how to remove this type of connector, if you will. So in my opinion, so what I've done was actually it's not these tabs you're supposed to move. I actually ended up damaging one. But there's actually tabs if you look right here. So there's those tabs you want to move. So my thing, what I did that helped me out a lot was I actually once I got this tab off, I got it wiggling a bit. And I took a flat head and actually put it in between here and not so much pried it, but gave it leverage and it came out. And the best way when it was stuck in is just to move back and forth. And eventually it came free. I still have to disconnect the grounds I'm going to do right now, but that's what I actually found was the easier way to get this one out because I didn't see anywhere online that had this style of ignition coil, so it might help you out. If it did, I hope it did. Alright guys, so we have the wiring harness now removed. Now you can actually see with a whole lot more space. There's actually a ton of oil. Yeah, just look at all that. A ton of oil. So that's not good at all, but again, we'll get it cleaned up and yeah. Alright guys, so now we are here and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and remove all of the bolts that are right there. I'm going to remove all those bolts along the valve cover, and then we're going to remove the breather hose as well. Alright guys, so here's where we at. We have all of the screws or nuts or whatever out of the vehicle. For me, what I found to make it easier was there's this back nut all the way here. It's literally like right on the end of over there. That one's like the hardest for me to get out, one of the hardest actually. So I did actually ended up the same hex screw for the cabin filter housing. I took the bolt, the screw, took that out there. One on that side, loosened that one, and you can move it, easier to get. The one that's all the way in the bottom corner right there. Oh my goodness, that is the hardest one. It's really like all the way down in here. But I got it out. I had to just use the hand tool for that. But now the valve cover, all the bolts are out. And you should just pull off the valve cover itself and see what we're working with. So just give me a minute here. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is the current condition of my valve cover gasket. It's actually pretty dirty. And the valve cover is pretty much non-existent. Yeah, the valve cover is, yeah, it's just broken apart. You can see it right there. Right there's just broken apart. It's broken there as well. Yeah, this is just, and then here's so, but that's the condition of my engine with about 300k on it, just over 300k, or let's say around 310k on it. Yeah, you can see oil was leaking essentially everywhere around the whole head itself. This is definitely much needed, but let's get it done. Honestly, I've never actually looked at the interior. Wow, I've never actually looked at the internals of an engine like this before. So it's really amazing. I guess you say it's amazing to see this, like see all the parts and all that up close and personal. I've always seen it in videos to other YouTubers and stuff like that, but I've never actually seen it myself on a car I've owned, or even on a car I've seen in like a shop. But to me, this is really nice to see. Like, yeah, it's very pretty for the most part, even though it's being so dirty. It's, you know, it looks pretty nice. But you can see all the oil that is spilled down there, and just, yeah. But at least we're getting it done, which is good. Alright guys, so I ended up actually just putting the car back together, like putting on the valve cover and all that stuff, not replacing the gasket or nothing. Mainly because when you look at the video, I'll probably show a clip here again. The valve cover itself was actually cracked in the back left, on the passenger side, more towards the back. That's where it's actually cracked, which is not good. So even if I placed a gasket, it wouldn't make a difference. So I'm definitely gonna order the part for the valve cover, just a new one essentially. And then I'm gonna order a new valve cover, and I might end up doing spark plugs again. I did them about a couple months ago, but because of all the oil leak that's happening, they may be bad. So I'm gonna look at that and see if I need to order that again. As well, I'm gonna probably do the injectors, the ignition coils. I forget which one they are, but probably replacing the injectors or ignition coils. And I'm thinking about replacing as well all the bolts that hold the valve cover gasket down and the grommets for that. So I'm thinking about just doing all of that in the next video. But yeah, definitely learned a lot today with this car. Never gone that deep into it. Again, the furthest I've gone was doing spark plugs on the engine, so I've never gone ahead and actually taken off the valve cover, but I'm glad I did. Learned a lot, learning more about this engine and stuff like that in the car, and it's a good learning process. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely like it. If you're new here, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.